Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. Before I get started with this really special guest, I of course gotta thank everybody who tunes in, shares, likes, subscribes The Public Affair. You guys truly mean the world to me. I can't believe that we're almost 2 years into it and you guys have truly shown me nothing but unconditional love and support. So thank you all truly for everything that you've done for me. And of course, thank you to Mike Hamilton and Allison Robles from Rogue Media Network for making every single episode of The Public Affair look super duper snackish, right? And as you can see, the camera's angle just a little bit different. I'm on a broken foot right now, but that's okay. The show must go on, darling. That's right. Before we get started with this really exciting episode of The Public Affair, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Joe Olvera of Four Brothers Construction. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. Joe has an entire team of delicious snacks that are going to make your house look just the same. Make sure you call the number on the screen with Four Brothers Construction to my boy Joe Olvera. Thank you so much for being such a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. Of course, to one of my really good friends, Mr. Frank Biza with B&J Refinishing. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. Offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. And like I always say, Frank is definitely a true hustler and an entrepreneur because you can also contact Frank for inflatables like a mechanical bull, margarita machine, tables, chairs, a foam machine, and so much more, making every single party that you have super litty kitty. To my boy Frank Biza, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to one of my other good friends, Mr. David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. He's the #1 sales agent in his office. Will help you buy a home or sell your home. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea or call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. David has been the biggest pleasure to work with when it came to looking for my house. We put that on pause, but I can't wait to press play again and look for my dream chateau with Mr. Santabanez. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my girl, Miss Anika Armstrong with the delicious, oh my God, if you haven't been, you gotta go, girl. Pee-wee's Crab Cakes on the go in Hewitt, Texas. Yes, ma'am. Serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. I'm starving just talking about it. The top recommended is their Southern fried catfish special served with seafood pasta and potato salad and 6 fried shrimp. The fish is topped with who dat sauce. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you need to go to 108 Jim Drive in Hewitt or order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesonthego.com. And big shout out to Miss Anika Armstrong for supporting The Public Affair as well. She's new to town. She loves the podcast, and that woman right there is a boss. I love me some Anika. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Nancy Posini, my girl with Parkway National Insurance. She covers insurance for all commercial trucks and tractor trailers, also for contractors, home, and auto. Make sure you call my girl Nancy Posini for all insurance inquiries. Y se habla español también. My girl Nancy's doing big things out there. Yeah. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to one of my really good friends who's sponsoring this episode, Miss Brianna Smith with Legacy Impressions, event planning, and more. Brianna is partnering with other local entrepreneurs like Blissful Heart Events, Griffin Film Productions, Makeup Mallory, Raw Beauty by Chanel, OT's Catering Service, Kales by Lisa, DJ Precise, and so much more to bring the heat this wedding season. She's a hell of an event planner and ready to coordinate your next event. Make sure you follow on Facebook at Legacy Impressions to see for yourself or call the number on the screen to reach out for more information. Miss Brianna Smith, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. I truly, truly appreciate it. All right, guys, so I'm really, really excited about my next guest. She reached out to me just a few months ago for sponsorship. I got to know her. This is actually our first time meeting in person, but talking to her on the phone, I thought she'd be really, really great addition to the roster of guests that I've had on The Public Affair. She looks absolutely gorgeous today from head to toe, looking like a whole production straight out of the office. I'd love to welcome Miss Rosalinda Perez with Rosalinda's insurance agency to The Public Affair. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
You're gorgeous. The hair is great. You're giving me Chanel from the Cheetah Girl vibes. Have you seen the Cheetah Girls?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Remember the Latin one? That's what you're doing for me. That's what she is. I've been obsessed with Cheetah Girls these days. I don't know what it is. I'm not gay. Okay. No, but thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. This is our first time meeting in person, and you don't have to act all shy. Okay, everybody acts shy like as soon as the show starts. I don't understand. And it's our first time meeting. You look very lovely. I'm really, first of all, I want to thank you for reaching out to support the show as well. You have sponsored your fair share of episodes. We're about to renew you again, and I really want to thank you for reaching out to me and doing that. So thank you. It truly means a lot.
Well, I support the cause, and I just love to hear it and watch it on YouTube, and it lightens my day throughout the whole work.
I'm really happy. When everybody says that the show is inspiring to them, I really just started by inviting hot dudes on the show to kind of flirt with them and get drunk. That's what it was in the beginning. Now it's inspirational. So it's like, all right, we'll go with that. It won me an award. So you're good. All right. So Rosalinda, we met when I was on the radio, and I remember going home when I was supposed to be selling, and you called me and said that you were interested in promotions. Yes. And at first I thought you were talking about the radio station, so I'm like quoting her the price for this and that. She's like, no, not for that, your podcast. Yeah. I was like, oh girl, well hold on a second. You know what I mean? So that was how you and I got to meet each other. I noticed that you really do support a lot of local endeavors and stuff like that. What's the inspiration behind all that?
I think everyone has a dream.
Okay.
So I'm really big into supporting a dream, being from a family. My dad's from Mexico.
Gotcha.
My mom's from here. And so basically we're just following the footsteps of a dream.
Okay,
it
gotcha.
starts from somewhere.
I think that's great. I think that's a great attitude to have. I think that's really important to kind of support each other and uplift each other instead of hating and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. And even because I had Nancy Pulsini was my first insurance sponsor. And I remember talking to you about it. So when you don't do it, can she do it? Can she do it when you don't do it? Yeah. And you were really, really on board with that as well. So I just give you props for that. Really just supporting one another, for real.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. Okay, Rosalinda, enough about all that. Introduce yourself to us for people who may not know who you are. Can you tell us where you're from, a little bit about your life growing up and stuff like that, please, darling?
Okay. Well, my name's Rosalinda Perez.
Yes.
I was born and raised here in Waco.
Mm-hmm.
My family is, my mom is from here, from Mart, Texas.
Oh.
Hi, Mama.
Hey.
My daddy is from Mexico, San Luis Potosí, Rio Verde.
Oh, okay. Got band. Okay, go ahead.
And tenemos, there's one sister and then two brothers, and I have a whole bunch of kids.
How much to be exact? Tell us.
I have 5 babies.
You pushed out 5 kids?
Yes.
You don't look like you did. What's the secret?
Constantly moving.
Constantly moving?
Yes.
Gorditas or no?
No, we just...
Yeah, so, okay, you just said this. I completely blanked out. You're from Mexico?
No, I'm originally from Waco.
You're from Waco. Okay,
Born
got you. So how was your life growing up and stuff like that? I mean, with 5 siblings and everything, and with your family dynamic, would you say everything was pretty cool back then, or?
Well, back then it was we were we struggled a lot because of the economically.
Yeah.
We were in that poverty level.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
So rice and beans is till this day we still maintain it.
Yeah, I got you.
So we made something work out of nothing.
Okay, got you. Yeah, okay. But then, so with siblings and everything like that, you guys pretty much got along for the most part and stuff like that?
Oh, yes. We were always we had each other's back.
Yeah.
I would take them to and from school. We rode the bus together. So we were ladder.
Oh, okay, I got
just
you.
1 year down from each other, so 1 year apart. So we were really close.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah. What high school?
Well, I went to Waco High.
Okay, North Waco.
Yes, North Waco. I went to Waco High, graduated from Challenge Academy.
What's Challenge Academy? What is that?
Well, Challenge Academy is basically like an alternative school.
Okay. Don't be ashamed. It's okay. Yes. We're about to get to why you got out of all that, okay? Yeah. Listen, we were all little sluts back in the day, all right? Stop. Okay, you were at Challenge Academy.
Yes.
Why did you go there?
Well,
were you getting in fights and stuff?
I couldn't get along with nobody.
What?
I always had needs improvement, but it was just because I felt like my primary language was Spanish.
Okay.
So I was always flip-flopping back and forth.
Okay, got you.
And it was just, I I was just very stubborn.
Yeah.
You know, and I was one of those rebellious types that wanted to go and explore.
Okay. When you say explore, do you mean be with random men?
No.
I did. You know what? When I was in high school, I wanted to be a random man, but I wasn't out of the closet just yet, so I didn't know who in my school was down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for, you know.
Like what? Tell us. No, I want to know.
We were raised on like No Limit Soldiers and Juvenile, and so like Back That Ass was one of the craziest
I was
songs.
like, what the hell is No Limit Soldiers? I've never heard of that.
Cash Money Records.
Oh, okay. I know what Cash Money is. Okay. So you were just a little hoodlum back in the days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. with random boys. That's what we're saying. There's nothing wrong with that, Rosalinda. Listen, that's our past. Okay. Yes. Now I'm just saying that's me now. You know what I mean? I'm making up for lost times. Okay, but still. Okay. So you went to Challenge Academy. Were you a teen mom at all?
I was.
Okay.
Yes, I was a teen mom at the age of 18.
Okay.
And so the reason I went to Challenge Academy and I graduated from there was because I was pregnant and I graduated 1 month before my class.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Me and my brother Junior, we both walked the stage in April of 2000. And the rest of my class, they graduated in May.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah. So do you think that it was like really hard? I mean, 18 years old, you're still in high school, Challenge Academy and all that. Was the baby daddy around and stuff, or?
He wasn't around.
Okay.
Basically, I charged it to the game. You know, I went with the flow.
Okay.
Hey, I made the bed that I laid in.
Yeah.
You know, I took full responsibility, and I wasn't like being a groupie over him.
Yeah.
Or being petty. You know,
Okay,
it is
got
what
you.
it is. You know.
Yeah.
So, I was able to graduate.
Okay.
I had a really good, inspirational, motivated teacher. His name was Dr. Calco.
Okay.
And Dr. Calco at Waco High, he took care of all the girls that were pregnant.
Oh, cool.
And what he would do, I was at the point where I was going to drop out and just focus on making money.
Being a mom and stuff like that.
And
which most teen moms do, honestly. Yeah.
This one teacher, if it wasn't for him, I honestly do not think I would have graduated.
Oh,
he
wow.
brought my assignments to me at Kmart. I was on the first register as soon as you walked in.
Oh, girl, he wasn't playing.
He dropped my homework off in the morning. On my lunch, I would do it. In the afternoon, he would pick it up.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Is he still around, or?
No, I haven't heard from him.
You need to reach out to him. Maybe he watches The Public Affair.
Yeah, okay. Would be a good idea.
No, yeah, okay, no, but talk to me. So, was the baby's father? Did he go to high school with you? Or was like, you know, because I think on the phone we talked about like those bad boys and stuff like that.
Oh, my
Rosalinda,
goodness,
please
yes.
listen. And listen, I don't give a damn. They have the best D. And so, you know what I call them? I call them roach niggas. I do, because they're like, but they're so great like at what they do. You know what I mean, down here, but they're just not good for you. You know, like that one guy who stole my Nintendo. You know, best pipe I ever got. But damn it, did you have to take my Nintendo, you ass?
Yeah.
You know? So I went and bought another one. Like, maybe you can come back and take this one too. No, but so you were probably into like the bad boys back in the day.
I was.
Okay,
you know, it was just something that I was just magnetic to. It was like, oh my goodness.
They're a vice, that's for sure. They are. Like, I don't know what it is.
Yes.
Okay. Did he make it hard for you though, like being a single mom and stuff like that at 18?
Yes, it was, because I wasn't prepared for it.
Right. Was your family pretty supportive of you having kids that young, or like did they kick you out, or how did that work?
No, they didn't kick me out. My mom was very supportive. Like, my mom, like, she's the one who knew what was up with me. Like, I was throwing up and having all this morning sickness.
Right. Oh, so she already knew.
She knew.
Yeah.
She was a mother instinct. She already knew.
Yeah.
So what I did is I waited till Father's Day. And I told my daddy, happy Father's Day, Dad.
No way.
So he couldn't get on to me.
Your pregnant stomach?
I showed him my
your
ultrasound.
Oh my God. What did he say?
Nothing. He was just
like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, he just did. I just remember, no sé cómo lo vas a hacer, pero lo tienes que averiguar. And you know, and then he just said, it was a blessing, he says, but in all honesty, I don't know how you're going to figure it out.
Right.
You know, because that's another mouth to feed.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So it was definitely a turning point in my life.
Okay.
You know,
having the child that young. Mm-hmm. Okay. How old are you now?
I'm 40.
Are you 40?
Yes.
Go, girl, get out of here. No way. I'm only 30. I got you. Well, Rosalinda, you know what? I definitely want to talk to you more because, you mentioned a lot about going through Section 8. You were in housing and stuff like that, walking to work. We're going to talk more about the bad boys. I have some more questions about your turmoiled relationships that it seems like you went through. But we're going to take a quick little break. And when we get back, we're going to get more into Rosalinda's whole life. We're going to talk about the bad boys. We're going to talk about having young kids so young. And we're going to talk about how she overcame it and owns her own insurance company. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back, darling. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this episode with Rosalinda Perez. Before we continue, I want to make sure that I give a shout out to a few more of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Sid Rodriguez with Elite Barbershop located on Hewitt Drive. You can download the Cut app or call the number on the screen to book. He also has Marcus Guerrero, who actually cut my hair today, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, D-Rod, and Isaac, making you look like a super snack like they've done for me in over 80 episodes of The Public Affair. To Elite Barbershop, thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys call the number on the screen to book your haircut today. They also take walk-ins, so make sure you guys go check it out. Of course, the Banda's hauling service with Julian and Ana Banda. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up and they haul it away. They also do junk removals and tree brush removals and haul cars in and out of town. I feel like it's one of those companies that you don't think you need it and then you need it like when you least expect it. Banda's hauling service is over there kicking ass and I am here for it. Make sure you book now with the number on the screen to Julian and Ana Banda. Thank you guys so much and congratulations to all your success. Of course, to my boy Jesus Gonzalez with Brothers Concrete Construction. He specializes in concrete work like slabs, driveways, pool decks, patios, sidewalks, and more. I got to see the work firsthand. That guy is young and has an amazing team, and all of his work is absolutely gorgeous, darling. Make sure you call him for a free estimate with the number on the screen to Brothers Concrete Construction with my boy Jesus Gonzalez. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, the J Pedal and Poke with Junior Fuentes, Thomas Roberts, and the entire family. They provide delicious savory Japanese crepes and poke bowls, which I'm absolutely obsessed with and I can eat every day. They also have handcrafted Thai roll ice cream for dessert. You choose from the menu or create your own like I like to do because I like to be in control, darling. Check out their location on University Parks Drive and Hewitt Drive or place your order online at jpedaltx.com. Super convenient. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate it. You guys, we're going to get right back into the episode with Miss Rosalinda Perez. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to this episode of The Public Affair. So before we left, we were definitely talking about Rosalinda's time as a single mother. We're going to get into the bad boys that she dated, the family dynamic, and how she was able to overcome Section 8. So that's what I want to ask you about. So when I got to talk to you on the phone, you did say that, okay, so you graduated high school, okay, the Challenge Academy, which I can't believe they call it that. Like, it sounds so challenging.
Well, it was Brazos Higher Education. So on the paperwork, that's what it was. But I remember.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about your life post high school. Okay, so you graduate high school, you're 18 years old, and you have a daughter. Or a daughter or son?
A daughter.
Okay, you have a daughter. So what now?
So after I had her, I was still at Mama's house.
Okay.
And I was working at a minimum paying job. Okay. You know, where our first job is McDonald's. Yeah. So I was trying to juggle McDonald's, and there was this West Telemarketing inbound, outbound call center. Okay. So I was weighing out my options and seeing what better opportunity would come along.
Right.
Well, I was the only kid on the block with a vehicle.
Oh, shit. So, and everybody probably knew it, huh?
Yes. So I remember going to DV8, and back then it was a club that we all went to. Okay. And I had a 1991 Pontiac Grand Am. Okay. I loaded up about maybe 15 people in that little bitty car.
Freaking way, just to go to the club?
Just to go, just to leave from the club.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to have these after parties afterwards.
Okay, yeah. Meanwhile, you got a whole daughter at the house, but okay, Rosalinda. Yes. Okay. Probably staying with mom.
Yes. My mom was really supporting. She was just like, you know, you don't need to, because she knew the situation that I was going through, so she didn't milk it to the fact, hey, well, you know what, you need to be with him and this and that. So
can we talk a little bit about that situation? Because I feel like we skipped over that. Why wasn't baby daddy a part of the life? Was it because he was young too, or?
He was young, and he was a crush. Okay. So basically, it was just like,
was he just like one of those side piece friends, like just that we were having around for a little bit and then you got pregnant?
Yeah, you know, it wasn't something that I was like, like I said, he was a crush. I was like, hey, I serve him, and that's what I want.
Yeah, that's all they're good for.
Yeah, but it was a crush that I had. And then when I found out, hey, that he was with somebody or he had a girlfriend, I was like, oh well, let me just.
Don't you love when that happens? Yeah. How all of a sudden they're married and shit. It's like, damn it, bro. Are you serious? It happens to me all the time. I'm like, what do you mean your wife? Like, anyway, I guess that's what we're doing. Okay.
Yes.
Was he around your age or?
He was 2 years younger. I always pick him younger than me. Always.
God, Rosalinda. He was a cradle robber. He was probably like a junior in high school.
Yeah.
What was his reaction when you told him that you were pregnant?
He was okay. He was just, he just stood there stunned.
Okay.
And I think he was more like, oh, man.
Right.
Because he had his girl.
Okay.
So
I wonder what she thought. Oh. Did you know her?
I didn't know her at the time.
Okay,
but I do. I did know her like 6 months and 8 months down the road when I was pregnant, Okay. And at that time, you can't do nothing. So I'm like...
you're like, no, hey, we're about to have a child, and I just want to let you know. You're about to be a stepmother. Congratulations.
I did my best to make sure she was involved. I would leave pictures of her milestones. This is her walking, and this is her growing up, you know? And so... She didn't like that at first.
Okay, I got you. Do you guys still communicate to this day?
Yeah, we built a relationship through our girls because after I had my daughter, then her daughter came in September.
Oh, okay. So he was just having kids everywhere. Big shout out to him. Yes. Yeah. But so you guys have a good relationship now? It's like they're still together and all that jazz, or?
No, que descansa en paz,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
So yeah, he passed away back in 2005.
Sorry to hear that. Right, yeah, okay. How do you think that affected your child? Did they like have a pretty close relationship with him, or?
Well, Mija, I would say that it affects her growing up. Okay. Because the father's not in her life, so wasn't giving her the game of how she's supposed to be treated from a guy's, as a queen.
Yes. I got you.
So she was picking. She came a long ways, because she started to see her worth. Okay. Right. And I tried to show her.
Right, yeah, for sure.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, I'm definitely sorry to hear about him passing and stuff like that, and I hope you... How old is your daughter?
She's 22.
22. Oh, okay, yeah. She's an adult now. Yeah. Shout out to the daughter.
Hey, Liza Renee.
So Liza Renee, we were just talking about, your dad is not that guy. We're just, when we were young, we were all little sluts. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yes. Okay, no, so anyway, yeah, so sorry to hear about that. Okay, so back to you. Post high school, you're working minimum wage job, you got McDonald's, whatever. Okay.
And he rejected me, so I just basically went on with my life, and I went with another Salvador.
He was from El Salvador?
No, he was mixed. His daddy was Cuban. Yes, his daddy was Cuban, and his mom was from Mexico. Okay. And so our relationship started because I was sending him letters.
Oh, okay.
And he went to Waco High.
What do you mean you were sending him letters? Like...
like back in the...
Was he in jail?
No, we were in Waco High, and I was back in the day, we just write letters instead of text messages.
Yeah. Okay, listen, I'm not that old, okay? I used to do that same shit, okay? We didn't have cell phones when I was in high school, barely, okay? So.
That was the way we communicated, and it was cool because he wrote me back. He did the most. Yeah. So we wound up being together, and he accepted my daughter, and so we had a son.
Okay, got you. So was he a part of the son's life too, or was it one of those situations again where you got pregnant and he just kind of peaced out?
No. He was involved. He was 100% involved. Like, he accepted my daughter, and when she started talking and saying daddy, he was like, hey, go tell old boy, that's his daughter. Well, tell her.
Okay, got you.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was the most of the part, and he showed me the life. Okay.
What's the life? Tell us. Like the fast life?
Yeah, 18 cars by the time I was 21 years old.
Whoa, girl. What was that? Like selling drugs and stuff like that?
Oh, no.
I feel like it's okay to talk about now. That was in the past, right? That was back in the day. Tell us. We want to know, Rosalinda. Please don't be shy.
I was on the side. I was on the passenger side.
Okay.
I was on the passenger side.
Okay. Did things like that ever make you nervous, though? Because you were probably really young. You know what I mean? And then he's like, you're getting involved with those kinds of things like that. And it's really risky, you know? And a lot of people have come on the show and talked about their past life. And like, you know, I had a guest who came and talked about he sold methamphetamines and stuff like that, I think it was. And he never used, he just sold it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So do you think that you just had poor judgment in men back in the day? I mean, like, did you not think, okay, like these guys are pretty bad and I have kids. Like I need to really watch what I'm doing.
Well, I want to say I see the goodness in everyone.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, so with Londo, I was like, hey, he's accepting my daughter.
Totally.
You know, he's the man of the house. His dad's not here, so he's working and he's providing for his mom. And so that right there just like, I fell in love with the whole
for sure
demeanor. Hey, you know what? He really was a good man.
Yeah.
He had a good heart, you know?
Okay.
And so...
is he no longer with us either?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. He passed away in 2004.
So he passed away in 2004.
Yes.
This is your son's father.
Mm-hmm.
And then your oldest daughter's father passed the year after.
Yes.
May I ask how?
He passed away in a diabetic coma.
Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How did that? Okay, hold on a second. So now I got questions. Okay, so you have two babies' daddies at this point. Okay, and both of them are dead now. Okay, yes. How does that affect you as a young mother? I mean, because now you really don't have a backbone or a support. Like you don't have a dad for your kids. You know what I mean? How did you digest all of that?
In 2004, I went, after he passed away, my whole world crushed down.
Okay, because he was actually like your boyfriend, your love.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
He proposed matrimony to me 1 week before he passed away.
No freaking way.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And I ran to my mama's car when she picked me up and I was like, look, I got a ring, you know? I finally got a ring.
Yeah.
But prior to that, I had fallen,
okay.
You know? And so...
when you say fallen, like broke?
I went to rehab.
Oh, you went to drugs?
I had to rehabilitate my whole self, you know?
Yeah, okay.
So I went away from Waco just in general. I went and just I had an escape.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So when I came back, I was like, okay. And then he was like, he was there for me through the whole thing, writing me letters, you know? Mm-hmm. And then he proposed matrimony. He was like, he was into the Bible. He was going to church. He was like, we're changing our life around.
Oh, man.
And I was just like, so like, this is your game. I am too. Let's do this.
Okay.
So we were building each other up. You know, and then 1 week after that, on the 29th of April is when he passed away.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear. I bet. So do you lose faith after that then? Like, wow, I was really coming to turn my life around and then this happens?
Yeah. I mean, I thought we were at a turning point. Everything was going good. Mm-hmm. And yes, I hit rock bottom. I was going out every weekend. Right. You know.
Trying to I guess like a coping mechanism.
It's the way I was coping with things. Right. I was constantly drinking, you know.
Oh, Rosalinda, darling.
You know, I ran into my first baby daddy. Okay. Back then it was MC's. Okay. It was at MC's. Okay. And then I remember him just letting it all out on him. Right. You know? And then in December is when he passed away, and, you know, and so I was just like, I was mad. I was just sitting there like maybe I don't.
Well, because it seems like it's an unfair situation, because like you went to first of all, what was the rehab for?
The rehab was because I had got caught up. You know, I got caught up doing nonsense. Okay. You know, I was just. Was
it like hard drugs?
No, it wasn't really hard drugs.
Okay.
I just needed to stop drinking and smoking weed and
got you.
All that.
No, okay. So it seems like you go through these programs and you're like, okay, I'm dedicating myself to turn my life around. And then whether you were with them or not, especially the first baby daddy, two of these major parts of your life, because at the end of the day, they are your kid's father, get stricken from you. Mm-hmm. So do you at that point say, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah, in 2005, I attempted to commit suicide. Okay. You know, I felt like I wasn't worthy enough. You know, I felt like I was being punished by God because I made poor decisions, one in men, and then how I handled and coped with my situation, it was just not right.
Okay.
you know, and here I am being the oldest sister, and they can't even look up to me. They're ashamed to be around me.
Right.
You know, and right. I recall walking through the house and I was told, you're worthless, you know?
Right.
And then I stood in front of the mirror and I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? He's right.
Yeah. This is some guy who told you that?
No, it was it was a relative. And,
wow.
And so it hit hard. And that's, you know, I looked at myself and I just cut my wrist and I went down. I believed that they were right.
Wow. No, so you're getting emotional. Are you
I
good?
know, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I just don't, like opening up and telling my story is really, I don't like to go into too depth, but forget it.
I think it's important. I think and that's the beauty of the show, Rosalinda, is because, you know, there's somebody who's going through something similar that you are now. You know what I mean? And a lot of young women go through similar situations and are told that they're worthless, and young men as well. You know what I mean? And especially to come from a relative, like, first of all, it's inappropriate, and fuck him or whoever it was. Okay, yeah, I don't care. What? Sliding my DMs. And how did you attempted suicide? Mm-hmm. Okay.
My brother
did it not work, or what happened? Like, what did you do? You were cutting your wrists.
I did. Okay. And I ran through the living room with them both bleeding.
Yeah.
And my brother chased me around the block.
Yeah.
He told the other brother to call 911. You know, and only thing I remember him was looking at me and he says, Rosa, I love you. Mm-hmm. He says, I love you. Why did you do that? Right. Why did you do that? And I told him, I said, because I'm worthless.
Yeah.
I done made so many bad decisions. Mm-hmm. I have 2 kids at home and I can't be a good mom, and the good Lord done took both of them. I have no dad for my kids.
Right.
So who's going to teach them how to be a man? Who's going to give advice to my daughter on how to choose them?
Yeah.
When I got out the hospital, I actually ran away from the shelter.
Okay.
Because they had told me that my kids were taken away.
Wow.
I wasn't able to talk to them, and they were my support, and they had told me that my kids were in CPS.
Right.
And it was all because of the decisions that I had made.
Was it because you were trying to take your life, and they thought that was like...
They thought that was, but it wasn't true.
Yeah.
It was just a scare tactic.
Oh.
So I came back home, and I remember my mom over me, and she was just praying over me.
Right.
And I remember her telling me that this too shall pass, and she says, I love you, Rosa.
Yeah.
I love you. And I made a commitment. I remember my dad telling me the day when I told him I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to do it. You got to figure it out. And then I remember my mom always telling me, you can do this, Rosa.
Yeah.
You can do this. You're not going to be the first woman nor the last person to have a child and raise on your own.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? And that's how I kept that mentality.
Okay.
And I kept on working, you know. I never looked back.
Yeah.
I never looked back. I never looked back at the drugs. I just didn't look back.
Yeah.
You know, I said, okay,
I'm
gonna keep my kids. I'm gonna keep going. So whenever there was an open window for Section 8 housing and public housing, 2005 was done. 2006, the waiting list was open. I said, I'm gonna sign up, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So whenever public housing calls me, I'll still be on the waiting list for Section 8.
Okay, gotcha.
My first apartment came up in June of 2006. June of 2006, I was also hired at Burger King.
Dang, okay. So you're having it our way now.
Yes.
Okay. So Burger King's your job. So you got approved for the housing?
Yes.
What's the difference between that and the Section 8? I guess I thought that was the same thing.
Okay, public housing is like the South Terrace, Estella Maxey, or K. Ross. Okay. And so I made a goal for myself.
Right.
In 1 year, I'm going to be in public housing. I'm going to be over here because I was away from my family. I'm from the North. So being in the South, I didn't have anybody.
And let's just clarify. I mean, it's not like you had other options, like to just go buy a house. Like, I shouldn't say like normal people do, but, you were starting somewhere.
Yes.
I mean, you're from rock bottom right now. Okay. I mean, you literally were about to take your own life and leave your kids for nothing. And so now you're like, okay, we're going to build from the ground up. Yes. Okay, just before anybody starts judging you for going straight to the public housing. You know what I mean? Okay. So you get the public housing, you get the apartment.
Yes. I didn't have a car.
Okay.
So we rode the city bus everywhere.
Really?
I had 2 kids with me, and we rode the city bus everywhere. We knew the schedule, where it was going to drop us off, what time we had to be there. Okay. I was never late to work. I walked to work. Yeah. Rain, sleet, or snow, I always made sure that I was there.
Good for you. And you know what? I'm really happy that you said that, because there's so many people that will not go to work because they don't have a car. Like when I was in high school, I walked to work as well. Okay. Now, granted, it was on the same street as where I lived. Okay. But still, what you're doing right now is you are, I hope, conditioning the minds of the people that think, how am I supposed to get to work if I don't have a car?
Batamobile.
Okay.
It's that Batamobile, I mean, you got to work with what you're given,
Yeah, for sure.
And so that's how I got to and from work, you know. And then we got our first. It was a Ford Explorer, 1998 Ford Explorer.
Ooh, girl.
Yes.
How did you get that? Were you just working a lot and then you were able to afford the car? Because the public housing, are they paying for the apartment, or
No, they don't pay for the rent. Like, say for instance, they use like a portion of it, a percentage of it they pay. Like, say for instance, if you have a 2-bedroom apartment and it's $600, okay, they'll pay half maybe.
Oh, okay. So then your rent's like $300.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it was all bills included. So what else could I ask for?
Oh, and then you're working at Burger King. Yeah, you was making $300 a week. Yeah.
And see, and Burger King came right in handy because everything that was left over, we would take it home. So, I was like, okay.
I miss Burger King. I'm not going to lie. I just don't eat fast food like that no more. No. But girl, Burger King.
No, we burnt out. We got really burnt out. I'm sure. We don't do Burger King no more.
Eating Whoppers every day, like, damn. Every kid's dream, right? Yeah, I had a crush from a guy who was a manager at Burger King. You probably know him. I just don't want to say his name because I'm sure he'll get pissed off when he watches this. When I said that. I hope he's doing well. I'm text him all the time. Anyway, go ahead. Okay, so you're at the Burger King. Okay, so what's the breaking point? I mean, do you get approved for the Section 8 too, or does that ever come around?
Yes, that came out the next following year.
Oh, okay. Got you. So does that mean you get to move like in a nicer house, or what is that?
It was my first house.
Oh, okay. So Section 8 will put you in a house.
Section 8 will, yes.
Baby, I'm about to go apply for some Section 8 too. Okay, damn.
I had a big backyard, my front yard. It was on the corner, I had parties there, kid parties.
Sign me up, okay? Yes. So wait, now is it in a rough neighborhood or?
No, this was actually in North Waco off of Cumberland.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No, it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
The backyard. I even had my first party was for my 3rd child. We did a musician party.
Oh, okay. Magician.
Yeah, it was a magician. He was pretty cool because we had the kids come and then my grandma. Everybody, I could invite family over.
Okay, I got you. So are you still working at Burger King at this point?
Yes.
Okay, got you.
And so Burger King wasn't cutting it. It was only $6.20 an hour.
Yeah. We have to remind everybody that minimum wage back in the day was only $5.25. Well, when I was growing up, it was $5.25.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you can't.
You can't do it. I can't even wipe my ass with $12 an hour. Like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Yeah.
No. We can't. I couldn't do it. So I was having multiple jobs. Okay. And it would be from waitressing to production, Sanderson Farms. I got slapped in the face with the chicken. Over there at Sanderson Farms.
Like on purpose?
No, it was dangling from one of those little rails that they have.
Yes. Now we're gonna say that Sanderson Farm threw that piece of chicken away in all the production before they come after me, please. Okay. Yes. And mind you, this is okay. There was recalls. Allegedly, it slapped her in the face.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. So you're working. Who's watching the kids while you're doing all these? I mean, did you start having more kids, or when did you start having like your 3rd, 4th, and 5th kid?
I went to Texas Workforce Commission, and Texas Workforce Commission had this WIA program that was able to get working women into college.
Oh, okay.
So they have programs at the Texas Workforce Commission for single parents. And
so you were looking for resources.
I was.
Wow. Okay.
I was out there looking.
Yeah.
You know, like if I didn't have a job, I spent 8 hours at the Texas Workforce Commission. If I did 8 applications, by the time Friday come, I would have 40 applications done, and somebody was going to call me.
Oh, wow.
So I never went 2 or 3 days without a job.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I jumped on it real quick, and then they were able to provide CCMS, which is child care services. So the kids were either in daycare, and then my mom really helped me out.
Okay.
You know, so
Shout
I always
out to
had
Mom.
like A plan, A, B, C plan.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've always done it that way.
Right.
You always have to have like ABC.
So while you knew that being on public housing and on Section 8, like, okay, this is a stepping stone, was your goal to, I guess back before everything, was your goal to kind of ride it out as long as you can, or was your goal like, okay, I'm going to start here, but then I'm going to get out of it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't want to use the Section 8.
Okay.
You know, I didn't want to stay on it forever.
Were you ashamed?
I wasn't ashamed because if people were to look at me, I'm like, hey, I'm a single mother. You know, I'm going to do what I got to do.
Okay. It's made for people like you, not for people with a family of fucking 7. And
No, the only time I felt like, well, to be honest with you, you can abuse it whenever you... I just wasn't up for abusing it.
No, yeah.
You know, like staying on it forever. I didn't want to be there forever.
So many people do it.
Yeah.
That it seems like it's almost easy. You know, like I joke that I want Section 8 to get me a house too. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know.
Yeah, you get comfortable with that, but then you don't know your potential. You have to, you know, like how far set your own.
So you weren't settling for the less, though, is what we're saying. Okay, gotcha.
I deserve to have the best, you
there
know?
You go.
So I was taught.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like the love that I was given from Big Londa, you deserve to have the best.
Right, for sure.
You know, so he treated me like a queen, and so that mentality stayed with me.
Okay.
And so that's the reason, you know, I only used it for as long as I could, you know? And I was looking into buying a home because they also helped you with buying a home. You can transition.
Okay.
You know, they have programs where you're able to transition from Section 8 to homeowners.
Wow, really?
Yes.
I gotta go get me some Section 8.
Yeah.
David, did you hear that? Oh, hell yeah. Okay. So when do you make the decision? I mean, so everything seems like it's going really well, and we're gonna get into the insurance and all that and how you started that. But when did you start dating again after your suicide attempt and all that?
Yeah, I started dating back in 2007.
Okay, so it took you a couple years.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was towards the end of June of 2006, and started dating in 2007, and then I got pregnant, and I had my child in 2008.
Okay.
So, and that worked out for a little bit.
Right.
You know?
Is there, first of all, okay, you got 5 kids.
Yeah.
Okay, is it 3 baby daddies?
Nah, I got 3 baby daddies.
Okay, there you go.
I got 3.
So are the last 3 from the same gentleman?
The last 2 are from my husband.
Okay, got you. Okay.
So, yeah, so I went with... he
Shout out to the husband, all right? Yeah. Taking in all them damn kids. Okay. Show you how to Section 8. I've been telling your ass, kick fucking rocks. I ain't doing shit with
baby, you got my ghetto babies. You got them all.
I got you. Okay, so we do that, okay? What's your job after the Burger King? Because now we're getting into, you eventually build your own brand.
Yes.
Okay. How does that all happen? Like, explain from the beginning.
Okay. So I was, with my 3rd child, I was pregnant. And so I was juggling working at Burger King, and I wanted to find something else. Mm-hmm. So found this office job working at an insurance. Okay. And I had a real good mentor. Shout out to Miss Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
Awesome.
Yes, darling.
And it turned out where I was walking on eggshells because the manager would not help me. She was like one of those type of persons that she got bothered if I asked a question.
Okay, she was a bitch.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna say her name. I was just saying, it is a bitch.
So she, there was this one lady who came in. I didn't never see her before.
Okay.
And then she told me, I need you to have a seat. She stood up and she said, I need you to have a seat too. And then next thing you know, you're fired. You're not cut out for this line of work.
Oh, wow. She told you that?
Yes.
This was the lady that's mean?
Yes.
Okay.
And so at that point, I had already went through so much.
Right.
And so it hit me. So I let her have it. I gave her a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
Bitch, what do you mean I'm not cut out to do this line of work?
Right.
You know, because at that point, I'm not cut out to be a mother. I'm not cut out to provide for my kids. You know, I'm not cut out to be smart enough for this.
Right.
And I just stood up and I told her, bitch, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I gave her my peace of mind. I went to the car, bawled my eyes out.
Of course. Well, you just got fired. You went to this day. Well, never mind.
And then I just kept my plan A working at Burger King. So I never.
So you're doing the Burger King and the insurance thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, got you.
And then I found another insurance agency.
Okay.
And so I went to go work there. And Vista Insurance Agency was my Anjum alum. I am so grateful for him believing in me.
Wow.
Helping me, being my mentor, you know, and just giving me my first county mutual license.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, I started the county mutual is like the most minimum that you can have.
Okay.
And if you want more, then you study on your own and you go up the elevator.
You go up there. Okay, gotcha.
You know? And so he was just like, Rosalinda, I'm going to leave you the office. He started doing 2 or 3 days, a week, a month at a time. And I was just like, wow. I feel like I got a call. I mean, I can do this.
So like that kind of became your passion, was the insurance thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like it was your dream from like when you were a little girl. Like, I'm going to sell insurance. Like it was just like, oh, I'm really good at this. I want to make something about it and this and that. No. And insurance is something that everybody needs. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a secure job. So when do you decide? Now we have the juggernaut that is Rosalinda's insurance agency. I've seen your name everywhere. I was freaking driving the other day and saw, I think it was a van with your face on it.
Oh yeah, that's my expedition.
Yeah. I was like, damn, bitch, I need to get on that level. You know what I mean? So when did you make the decision to say, I'm going to start my own insurance agency? And would you say that guy was supportive of your decision?
Mr. Alam, he's always been very supportive. You know, like I left him and went to another company to work, and I was working at Remco. I worked there for 5 years. Okay. And I just feel like if I was helping them grow their business, why couldn't I do it?
Why couldn't you do your own thing? Okay, got you.
You know, and I just felt like at the end, I wasn't getting the support. You know, I was attacked twice.
Oh, wow.
I was on the news for being pregnant and attacked with my last son.
Really?
You know, and so it was just.
What was that all about?
There was a stalker or somebody that constantly wanted to get into that building.
Oh, okay.
And so I was followed home.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I was followed home, and I pulled up in the driveway, and this guy comes out and he hits me with the gun, and I'm pregnant.
Oh my goodness.
And my kids are all screaming and hollering, and I just remember my oldest one standing in front of me. Mm-hmm. And she says, dumbass, she goes, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, don't be hitting on her.
Right.
And he took off, and my husband pulled up, and at that time, you know, but
your husband about to kick his ass?
He went inside the house and got a machete.
Shit.
He came right back out, and he was trying to catch him.
Don't put us in jail, please. Did they find the guy?
They never found him, but he went around Waco. He went around Waco traumatizing everybody, doing the same thing.
Eventually, he got caught.
I'm hoping he did.
Yeah, I mean, damn, guy, what the hell? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when was the birth of Rosalinda's insurance agency? When did you start that?
In 2010, I want to say, I'm going to just go back and forth a little bit because in 2010, as I was working at Vista Insurance, I met my husband.
Okay.
And I
the now
shot
husband
him
shot
down.
Her husband. Oh,
yes, hi Armando, mi amor.
¿Habla inglés o español los dos?
Hablan más español.
¿No es español? Mm-hmm. Ah, mi tipo.
Yeah. He's mine.
Okay, no, you can keep him. I'm just saying. It's my type.
Yes, so,
me encantan los mexicanos que necesitan papeles, no hablan inglés.
Pero, tiene un primo.
Okay. Oh, ¿en serio?
Sí.
¿Era gay or...
No.
Oh, qué bueno. Okay. Go ahead.
So yes, I met my husband.
Just give him my number. Okay, I'm sorry. You met your husband.
And he was somebody totally different, you know, like he was out of the box, not my type of bad boy or anything. He was just
we have to put the roach niggas down from it. Yes, even though they give good pipe. We was just, okay. Sometimes we got to go for the good boys.
Yeah. Okay. So he was very supportive. I didn't bring my kids around, and you know, and it was like, you got to know me first, you know, and this and that. And then we went out a couple of times, and then we got together, and he was really supportive. Yeah. You know, just like he accepted 3 kids that were not his. He basically raised my 3rd child because when we got together, she was 2. Okay. And so he kind of adopted her and my other kids too. They all, but they were older and set in their ways.
Yeah. So they were probably like, look,
Yeah.
you can take that one, but we good over here.
Yeah. So the blended family, we struggled with that because everybody was set in their ways. Everybody
Did he
had
have his own kids?
No.
Oh, okay. So he was.
No.
Now was he younger than you still?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's 38.
Oh, that's 2 years. Yeah, that's
yes.
not. Yeah, okay.
Only 2 years. So,
only 8 years older than me. Just like I like him, Rosalinda. Yes. A mí me gustan mayores. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and so in 2011, we bought our house.
Yeah.
He actually moved me out of my Section 8 housing.
Oh, okay, got you.
So he actually, I was at work,
Mm-hmm.
and he had got this house, and he basically had told me like a month before, after I had spilled my guts out, told my story to him.
Yeah.
I just laid it all on the table. He told me, he says, es un hombre de palabra.
Mm-hmm.
He stood in front of me and he was like, give me an opportunity to show you, basically how to be loved.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, you got 1 year. I'm only going to give you 1 year of my time, And everything that he said, he did.
Yeah.
My house.
Yeah.
Car, like my visions that I told him I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, okay.
He was on board.
Yeah,
I always say sometimes it is important to think outside of your type because, like I was just telling you that my type is Mexicans with no papers and stuff. This guy that I'm kind of talking to right now is definitely polar opposite of that, like Caucasian and successful. So anyway, it's true. He's fucking awesome and I like him a lot. So yeah, let's go on a date. Anyway, okay. So the husband's really supportive and everything. So Rosalinda's insurance comes in 2011, 10?
It came in 2016.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that like branching out on your own? Were you nervous? I mean,
I was.
Okay.
I started from home.
Oh, okay.
I started in my living room.
Yeah.
And
because you were licensed to like give out insurance, so you weren't necessarily having to work for like a firm.
No.
Okay, got you.
So based on my license, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this. He goes, and he told me, he said, well, why don't you do your own from the house?
Yeah.
I'm like, but I don't have no money. Like, I mean, how am I going to do something if I don't want you being the only breadwinner. Like, right. I've always worked.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
And so he decided to make the garage and convert it into an office.
Right.
We put flags outside in the yard, and we were able to convert our home into an insurance agency.
Right.
When the city came down, because we didn't know, we just went in with our heads.
Yeah.
We were blinded. They didn't have we were shut down by the city because it wasn't in the zone.
Damn.
So we had to find a commercial place.
Yeah.
And then once we found that commercial place, and then we were on our way.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So since 2016, we've been in business.
Okay, good. So Rosalinda's insurance offers insurance for everything. Mm-hmm. Okay. It would seem to me that you, and this might be an unfair statement, that you mainly appeal to like a Latin clientele. But you really provide insurance for everybody, right? For everyone.
Yeah, I'm able to relate to everyone. I mean, everybody that walks in my office, I do my best to make sure that they're comfortable. Right. I'm that down to earth type of chick. You can come in there and we can sit down, and I just have good vibes with everyone. And
it's just you in your own office, correct? Where's that office located?
We're 3221 Franklin Avenue in Suite 102, and then we have a second location in Belmead.
Oh. Okay, 2 locations. Yes. I called you the other day. Some assistant picked up the phone.
Well, that's my daughter. I have my daughter. She's licensed.
She was like, Rosalinda's insurance. How may I help you? I was like, is this Rosalinda? Like, I needed a public affairs assistant. Okay, my phone doesn't stop freaking ringing. How much you charging? Oh, anyway, go ahead.
That's my daughter.
I don't have no daughter to do that.
She sets her rates.
Yeah. So you offer health insurance, you offer life insurance, you offer auto insurance, correct?
Yes.
Like all kinds of insurance and everything. What do you ever have like people that you have like what disqualifies somebody to be insured?
DWIs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so DWIs, and there's some insurance companies that will not accept them if they have like a felony and it's been within the last 5 years.
Okay, so do you find yourself more often than not having to turn people down?
Nobody walks out of my office. I do my best to see what we can do to help them.
Oh, okay. So you go above and beyond the measures and stuff. So what would make you, I guess, what would differentiate Rosalinda's insurance from like a major insurance corporation? Like why should I come to you for insurance versus, I don't know, some big name?
We have a variety of different companies, but not only that, I take the time out to see if I can help them find something. If they don't even get the insurance with me, I'm there to answer their questions.
Okay, got you.
You know, or if majority of them don't know how to use the phone to make a claim.
Right.
And so they get nervous, and then they're afraid to even, you know, we've never done a claim before. Come on in, I'll help you with it.
Okay, got you.
You know, I spend that one-on-one time with them to make sure that they, from beginning to the end.
Right. So it's more of a personal relationship than like it's just me in this office type thing. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we have to take that time out. I look at it like them being like my dad or something, or whatever. He was needing help and I had to translate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Do you ever find, you know, we talked about like competition earlier. So obviously, like I was telling you before I had Parkway National Insurance with my girl, Nancy Pulsini, and you seemed like really on board with, oh yeah, she could like, I'm for everybody. But do you ever find yourself in competition with other local insurance agencies and stuff like that? Like, how does Rosalinda stay above the fray? Because we all know you got that little North Waco in you, girl. Like, how you not going over there snatching wigs?
No, at a very when I first started my business, I had a very good. He was a tech guy. Yeah. You know, and one advice that he gave me was never to worry about the competition.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know, focus on you. Just focus on you. Never worry about the competition. And you know, basically, you know what you can bring.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like, soy bilingüe. Puedo hablar las dos idiomas, you know. I can go Spanglish on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Know, I can relate to you. And it's just, I would say what makes me different from them is that they're just not in there to make a one payment and then go, and then I'm just going to forget about them.
Okay, got you.
You know?
Okay.
Send them reminders. I'll call them. Hey, how you doing? I can know you by your name. You know, hey, how the kids going?
Okay, so it's more just personal relationships and stuff. Yeah. So Rosalinda just stays above the fray. She doesn't have all this time for all this drama and all this cat fights and stuff like that. You went through enough in your life.
Well, see, another thing that I want to say is I think that everyone should help one another because I feel like you didn't get where you're at without somebody helping you.
Sure. Yes, so, that's absolutely true.
I have ran into a lot of people where you can call them and they're not even willing to help you. They're like, you know, they know the answer, but they don't want to give it to you. And I don't think that's fair because you got it because somebody helped you get there.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I definitely feel like sometimes too, like I've definitely did the best I can to use my platform to try and help other people. And, you know, like some people have been receptive. Some people have not. But, you know, it is what it is. And I think that it's important for us with these popular, or not popular, like these successful endeavors and stuff like that to give back. I've definitely learned the importance of charity as well. Yeah. I used to hate charity. I got to partner with Mary Jane over Christmas, you know, Mary Jane Carne Combos, and she helped me, or not helped me, she let me be involved in her Christmas giveaway and stuff like that. And I try to do the best I can to give back to, because we're put in these positions. It's like you, Rosalinda. You grew up very, very much with all these hardships and stuff like that. You with not a penny to your name, rock bottom. Now you're blessed with all this not wealth. I mean, you're not like rich and shit.
I'm content and I'm happy. You know?
There you go. So why not give back, you know?
If I'm able to and I can, you know, that's what I'm going to try to do.
Any haters?
Do I have haters? Yeah, but
surely there were people who
I don't react.
Okay, yeah.
I learned not to react because I used to get in trouble all the time because I would always be reacting in a manner that was just hooligan.
You know, one of my very good friends, Morrow, who I referenced several times, he asked me, because he's kind of a hothead. He was on the show, episode 49. And so he'll say, like, you know, Andrew's that type of person that, like, somebody could be going in on him and he just sits there and takes it. And I say, because, you know, Morrow, like, or he's like ready to beat you up. It's like, you know, everything doesn't deserve a response. No, it doesn't. And we're putting everybody's watching us, so we can't just be having cat fights on fucking Facebook. You know what I mean? If you don't want to call me and talk about it, and you don't want to have a conversation, like I just don't have to. I don't have the time. I got to record 2 next week, Rosalinda. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got a fucking broken foot. Yeah. I'm busy. I don't have time. You have
to shift. You have to shift yourself to be able to just concentrate on you. Like misery loves company, you know. And so you get to a point where, ain't you tired of being? You know, you're tired of making that person miserable. And what do you get out of that? You know. And I'm just, I just focus on my kids,
right.
and then that's it.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
at the end of the day, when I go home, I mean, they're the ones that is gonna hug me when I greet me at the door, hug me, you know. And then I have my husband. He does house remodeling, and we work together as a team.
Yeah, for sure. Now I was listening. I just saw some snack outside the studio. Hey. He's out, right? Okay. No, sorry. There's some guy out there. Okay. You know what, Rosalinda? Thank you. We are running out of time, but I really want to thank you so much for coming on to the Public Affair. Before we go, can we talk a little bit more about your personal life, things you might have coming up next? Is there a partnership coming with the new Poco Loco in town, or what's going on with that?
Okay, so that is still up in the air.
Okay.
Because the person that I was talking to, he got sick with COVID.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so there was a lack of communication there, and so we're hoping, we're still, if it's meant to be, it'll be, and if it's not, then we just continue doing what we're doing,
for sure.
Because we know that somewhere down the line, something bigger, better is going to happen.
Right. And so the objective there is to have a firm, if you will, inside Poco Loco. So similar to how like HEB has one inside. Okay, got you. Yes. Well, hopefully that works out for you. That'd be really exciting. I haven't been to the Poco Loco, but I guess we'll see what's up.
It's very colorful.
Is there hot dudes in there? Is there my type of dudes in there? Because Michoacana got my dudes in there. So yes. How do you juggle being a businesswoman and raising a family of 5?
It's schedules, communications.
Okay.
I got these kids in sports.
Yeah, okay.
And my husband is all on board. Armando, he helps me take them to practice. He picks them up. He picks them up from school. He's really involved with helping me around the house. Yeah. I couldn't have asked for a better man,
Oh, wow.
So I'm very blessed with his expertise of, just everything that he does. We weren't born with the silver spoon in our mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
So whatever love we give each other, it just keeps, it grows, and then just the smallest things, if dishes are done or the dinner is ready, the kids are picked up from practice, homework with them, all of that, I feel like sometimes men do not get the recognition that they need.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, definitely.
And
but there's a big stereotype. Well, yeah, so for sure. I mean, when it comes to men and stuff like that, and when you, like you said, you dated your fair share of bad boys.
Yes.
I know I've had a lot of bad boys inside of me, and so we just go on. I was not following the rules. My phone was ringing in my pocket. I thought I turned it off, and I'm not gonna pick it up, okay? Because it might be one of them. Okay, so well, Rosalinda, thank you so much. What can we expect next for Rosalinda's Insurance?
We are going to try to expand and grow, and our ultimate goal is to get a property of our own.
Okay, like your own building.
Yes.
I got you. Rosalinda, thank you so much. I really want to thank you for breaking down the walls. I feel like we were chipping them earlier and then they just came down. So thank you so much for opening up. No, honestly, I think that your story with your suicide attempt, I think that your story as a single mother, raising all these kids and everything, I think that it's really going to translate with somebody who watches this. And I really want to thank you so much for your honesty. I really want to thank you. You were such a delight to have, and I'm really honored that I got to meet you. Honestly, you are so great. And you're beautiful and you're gorgeous. And if your husband has any single cousins or whatever, or maybe his dad too, just have them hit me up. Okay. Well, Rosalinda, thank you so much for coming on to this episode of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate it. And thank you for all you do for me as well. I really appreciate you. Before we go, I definitely want to thank you guys again so much for tuning into this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe before we go. We're going to give a shout out to just a few more sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Soco Soccer Academy with Dominic and Ariana Gutierrez. They're located on Franklin Drive. Actually, I'm on my way there right after this. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. They also specialize in soccer training with Dominic, teaching all your kids to be elite athletes. He is the GOAT, darling. They also offer open play for ages 16 and older on Mondays and Wednesdays around 8:30 p.m. Only $5 to play. Make sure you follow on Facebook at Soco Soccer Academy and at Soco254 on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Fat Boy Michelada and Botano, my boy Junior Banda. Have you had it? You haven't had it? I'm going to take it to your office. It's delicious. Oh, it's my vice. It's not good for me, but I love rolling around in it. He provides the best michelada and botana plates for yourself or for a party. Make sure you get the best and not the rest. And they're locally operated, so place your order today on their Facebook page or message them on Facebook at Fatboy Michelada y Botana. To my boy Junior Banda, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to my boy Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio, like the smartest guy I've ever known in my life. He's home for all your LED needs and auto accessories. accessories. He also focuses on installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also does building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. Definitely a jack of all trades, your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. Jeffrey is absolutely the GOAT. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Rosalinda, muchas gracias.
Gracias a ti por invitarme.
Of course, darling. Anytime. Let's hang out sometime, have some dinner. Okay, I would love to. Bring the husband too, and tell him to bring one of his cousins. Okay. Thank you guys again so much for tuning into this episode of The Public Affair. Thank you guys for your love and support. It truly means the world to me, Waco, and everybody else watching, of course, because he was just telling me I got people in different countries watching me now. What's up? And don't forget, darling. Awesome. Yes, I love it. And hopefully some hot men. Don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.